So for a bit of context here, as I'm recording this, Critical Role has just gone live, and yet I'm recording this anyway. This might be the first time I have ever intentionally ditched watching Critical Role live. That should tell you something. Oh, hi Edelgard on the tutorial.
Part 1. White Clouds. Lone Moon. To War. Together, the people of Fodlan relish the beauty of the brilliant moon overhead as another year ends. They recall sad partings and new acquaintances alike, but each person must still walk their chosen path alone. With each day, the presence of spring grows stronger, and yet a lone moon still haunts the sky, a silent reminder perhaps of some inescapable truth.
That horrible things are about to happen and that we're all gonna die. Okay. There's a monster sighting, though. So clearly...
Unforgivable! I cannot fathom that the Adrestian Empire would embark on such a violent course of action.
Relatively true, but Dimitri is also embarking on a violent course of action.
The fault is my own. I failed to see the wickedness within Edelgard's heart.
I still think that we should listen to her when she says she wasn't responsible for the tragedy of Dusker. Why do I get the feeling that in the end, I'm going to end up sympathizing with the Golden Deer route the most? I feel like their route is going to be almost like Shin Megami Tensei neutral, in a sense of like, you're both stupid, I'm going to whack your heads together until you both see reason.
There is no question on that front. She clearly wishes to conquer all of Fodlan.
But here's the thing, yeah... As much as Edelgard definitely has good intentions, and yeah, the church has corrupt elements, I still don't think anything ever justifies being a world-conquering dictator.
And in order to achieve her own selfish ambitions, she plotted with ill-meaning strangers and defiled the holy tomb.
She clearly hates those who slither in the dark just as much as we do, though.
Or perhaps her ambitions are even grander than we know. Perhaps she is planning to make herself a false deity by demonizing the Church of Ceres.
No, sorry, you're definitely reaching there.
Adrestia received its very name through a divine oracle. To injure the goddess is a sin most foul that shall not be forgiven, nor forgotten. We must stop the Empire, and quickly.
Well, I agree on that, but I also think we need to stop Dimitri.
I have returned, Rhea.
Welcome back, Shamir. Were you able to discern the Empire's movements?
And is Caspar with them? Please tell me Caspar isn't with them.
Their main troops are marching towards Garreg Mach. It is said that they will join forces with Edelgard's army and arrive within 2 weeks.
Yeah, the end of the Black Eagles route must be very different to the other two, pre-time skip, I mean.
2 weeks? That is not enough time. It will require all of our efforts just to prepare our defenses before then.
Oh, don't worry, I think my army can handle all of them.
We must send notice to all surrounding villages at once. We must order the residents of Garreg Mach to flee for their lives.
It will be done.
So, we know that we've seen screenshots of walking around Garreg Mach after the time skip, so we know Garreg Mach is the base of operations still, even after the time skip. So, I wonder if events here unfold differently depending on which route you're on. If you're on Deer or Lions, you successfully defend this place, but if you're on Eagles, you actually take it over. Either way, it's still your base of operations. Again, just a bit of wild speculation on my part.
Professor, listen closely. If our enemy invades the monastery, I will have no choice but to stand upon the battlefield.
And if that happens, they will all die. Horrible deaths. So please try and avoid that.
If something happens to me, I am entrusting my sacred duties to you.
You are the new head of the Church of Ceres.
You must have guessed it by now. The truth of who you are. Or perhaps I should say, your lost memories are surely beginning to return. I have acted all these long years as a mere proxy for you. But the duty is yours, and yours alone. Only you can lead the people of Fodlan.
Rhea, please. You must tell me all that you know. I beg of you.
Yeah, come on, you're telling him and he apparently knows, but we don't know.
That one is the progenitor god. Am I correct?
In a sense. Our dear professor is a vessel. One who carries the power of the progenitor god within.
Okay, so that's what we already know. He's fused with Sothis.
In time, the vessel will become one with the power contained within, and the progenitor god shall return to this world.
I see. I trust that you are aware of the questionable nature of this experiment. But I suppose there is no turning back.
So I guess that means Byleth will cease to be as a person when he fully fuses with the god?
I ask that you help our friend. And in doing so, help her. I am waiting and hoping for the moment when our creator rules this wayward land once more.
So I'm guessing this is very different on the Black Eagles route. There, it's like, how dare the progenitor god betray us?
I understand. As ever, I will take you at your word.
Lady Rhea, brother, I will do my part as well.
Why do I get the feeling Flayn's connected to the whole progenitor god business?
Flame, were you eavesdropping? Regardless, I am glad to hear it. You owe your life to the professor after all. And in the end, they may prove to be our brethren.
You have my gratitude, Sedith. And you as well, Flayn. As followers of the progenitor god, it is up to us to see our mission through.
And yeah, we actually do have the monastery. Rare monster sighting, Shamir's birthday, Saint Idenec Day, which we've skipped, Imperial Invasion. Nope, can't do that one yet. Yeah, still got a lot of locked Byleth supports. Huh. They're still all here. Okay. But that's still locked, which worries me. Mood Whiplash.
Oh, are you on cooking duty today, Flayn? That's unusual.
So unusual that I'm going to have to kill you! Ah!
Indeed I am. I have been working away on this meal for hours now. The only thing is, each time it is my turn to tend to the meals, those in the dining hall seem to miraculously become very busy and evacuate the premises. I make the food, but nobody is ever here to eat it. I do not understand what the issue is. It is such a waste. Even my brother seems to evaporate every time I am in the kitchen. It is quite peculiar.
Well, you're in luck. I've just finished training and am positively ravenous. If you don't mind, I'd love to sample your cooking.
Really? I mean, yes, please, have some. It is not perfect, but I am certain it will taste quite nice all the same.
I'm sure it will be great. Thank you, Flayn. There were a few suspiciously crunchy bits here and there, but other than that, it was fine.
You liked it? Wow, nobody has ever liked anything I've cooked. If I cannot get anyone else to eat this meal, though, it is going to spoil and go to waste. It is no secret to me that I am not very good at cooking.
Say, Flayn, may I have a second helping?
You actually want more?
Of course. I wouldn't want it to go to waste after all the effort you put in. This kind of mishap can happen to anyone, you know? Don't let it get you down. Besides, I can tell you put a lot of love and dedication into preparing this food for everyone. That alone makes it taste good.
There is no need for false flattery. The few times I have asked my brother whether or not he enjoyed my cooking, he could not even give me a straight answer. My own brother!
No, brother.
I speak nothing short of the truth, always. It was delicious, and I look forward to eating it again sometime. I'll agree there's no need to make enough for everyone, though. If you like, you could just cook enough for me.
Perhaps. I hope you enjoy the rest of the meal.
Okay, that was kind of alright. On the one hand, I was like, maybe shipping them, but on the other, I was thinking, do I want anyone to be with Dimitri at this point? Okay, we have another week to do stuff, and we have one teaching session. I think let's go out and explore, because I'm kind of interested to see... Oh, this is like... Oh, God, there's music. I thought for a second there was no music.
I am owing big debts to Duke Garrett of the Empire. He is the Minister of Affairs that are foreign. He is a friend of Edelgard. He is to her side. What should I be doing?
You want to join me?
Training has given me butt.
Yeah, I've heard she's pretty hard to recruit. Mission is... Oh, that's dark. Yeah, let's recruit you to fight your own country. Well, actually, in her case, it's not technically her own country, but still.
I've known His Highness since I was a child, but I've never seen that side of him before. He seemed like a completely different person than the one I know.
Yeah, like in a more idealistic setting, I could accept that maybe he's brainwashed or something, but I don't think that's true. I'm gonna kill the mood so badly by spamming dining hall, aren't I? Why is there still a ... here? So I'm guessing you're gonna say, "Greetings, Professor, everything to report right now."
Greetings, Professor. Something to report. Unexpected, isn't it? Apparently, this is the first time Garreg Mach has been invaded in its whole 995-year history. It's my job to protect this gate, so even if enemies come in droves, I will never let them through. I hope we both survive. Let's battle with all our might, and pray we win this thing.
Yes, we must protect Mr. Gatekeeper with our life.
Well, I'll be...
Professor. You know, Professor, I'm glad that I came to the officers'
And Mood Flash
Academy.
music.
I feel accepted here. I've learned so much. Honestly, I'm surprised at how much I've grown. So, I will not let the Academy be destroyed. It's important to me, and I will protect it. I feel braver just hearing you say that, Professor. We're gonna win this, Professor.
So... yeah.
I'll be...
How does the Alliance inevitably betray us? That's what I'm wondering about.
Oh no. Half of the Empire's 6 great noble families have declared their support for Edelgard. Of the other 3, Lord Vestra was assassinated. Hubert, his son, will succeed him.
Oh no!
Bernadetta's father, Count Varley, is under house arrest.
Ugh.
His wife is now supporting Edelgard. And my father, he was stripped of his role as Prime Minister. As a result, House Eyre has lost all of its power, all of its lands. We have lost everything. What do I do?
Yeah, your whole character was built around being a noble and now you aren't one anymore. Any chance you wanna join us?
Oh, Professor. Well,
Nope. You've lost everything and have nothing to live for, but still, you're not gonna just straight up join us.
The Alliance's territory will be in danger if we don't get rid of these Empire guys. If the Alliance is in danger, that means my sister's in danger too. There's no way I'm gonna allow that. It doesn't matter how many guys they throw at us. I'll beat them all. These muscles aren't just for show. But first, I gotta get some food.
The most important nobles in the Empire are known for taking power from the previous emperor, my father included. I didn't think it possible that the Imperial Princess could ascend the throne so easily. However, it seems that both my father and Caspar's are supporting Edelgard.
Oh, that's not good.
Having both the Minister of Domestic Affairs and Minister of Military Affairs on your side gives you total control over the Empire's military and finances. You must have been making preparations for quite some time without anyone noticing.
Hey, Professor, did you see that my father came by during the Battle of the Eagle and Lion?
Yeah, he saw you, if I remember correctly, I think you got obliterated by Lucidia, and he's probably very disappointed.
He left soon after, but I saw him talking to Edelgard first. I wonder what they could have to talk about.
Well, I'm guessing they're talking about sinister world domination plans.
I guess that would make sense. He is the Minister of Military Affairs after all.
Yeah, so sinister world domination plans.
Still, though, I could have sworn those two didn't get along.
Well, at least we got you out of all of that mess.
His Highness calls for the head of Edelgard. For me, that is cause enough to fight. The hatred of His Highness is also my hatred. Any other feelings I may have are irrelevant, and if Edelgard was responsible in any way for the tragedy of Duscur, that is something I cannot ignore.
So, yeah, that was 4 years ago. Edelgard would have been like... she would have been really young if she was involved in that.
If that is the case, then she is my enemy.
Well, yeah, you're pretty set on the anti-Edelgard camp.
At times like this, I just feel so anxious, you know? But you'll watch out for me out there, right, Professor?
Yes, of course, because he's in love with you. Anyway, yeah. Thankfully, Hilda will be standing by our side on all this.
Is that so?
Once the Imperial Army reaches the Monastery, we'll have no choice but to fight.
What's going to happen to us? I believe you. With the Knights on our side, and especially with you, Professor, I know we can do this.
Once the Imperial...
That's all. Oh, great. There actually are lost items in this chapter. Sreng. I have no idea what Sreng even is.
Things must be pretty crazy in Fargus about now. My father must be beside himself. I don't get it. Why did Edelgard make enemies with the nobles? Me either. Of course. Even if we did get it, what do we do about it? I hope this all gets sorted out quickly and safely. I'm worried about my father.
The Empire's aggression cannot stand. But if we are going to attack them now, we must be honest with ourselves about our chances of success.
Yeah, they own half of Fodlan after all.
It goes without saying that I will fight the Imperial Army with everything I have for as long as I am able. But House Gloucester's territory is adjacent to Imperial lands. Let us proceed with caution.
Well, you... good luck. Just saying. You're gonna need it.
Edelgard became emperor and raised an army, huh? Who knew the kid had it in her?
Well, me.
I mean, yeah, of course, I knew she'd be emperor eventually, but the more I think about it, the more surprised I am. I wonder who's gonna win.
Well, Blue Lions have the protagonist on their side in this universe, so they're obviously gonna win.
Thinking about it makes me scared. We're up against the entire Imperial army. Still, I know someone as smart as you will figure something out.
I was about to say you're remarkably okay with all this, but then I realized she hated the Imperial nobles anyway.
Professor, what actually happened last month? I can't keep up at all.
Well, Edelgard is the Flame Emperor. She attacked the Holy Mausoleum, tried to steal crest stones, and Dimitri went insane and thought she was responsible for the tragedy of Duscur. He's trying to kill her, and she's declared war on the Church of Seros, and I don't even know what Claude... I think at this point, Claude's probably just sitting on the roof of the monastery eating popcorn.
Edelgard is the Emperor? And she's declared war against the Church? So now we're at war? What is going on? I really don't understand any of this. What should I do?
If I could go back to last month and throttle my carefree self. Now it turns out Edelgard is the Flame Emperor and the new Adrestian Emperor. And she's striking out against the Monastery, with the full force of the Imperial Army behind her. We gotta beat her at her own game. For our sake, as well as Lady Rhea's.
So does that mean one of us needs to become a masked, mysterious masked person? Because yeah, we still don't know who the Death Knight is. And it's probably not Hubert.
I thought we'd all be really busy with assignments and getting ready for graduation. But now that things have turned out like this, I guess there's nothing to do but fight.
I don't normally have a problem jumping into a fight, but it feels strange going up against my father. We aren't especially close, but he's not an opponent I'd want to face. I'd almost rather fight a monster. I hope he's not part of the group coming to attack Garreg Mach. You know, Professor, I keep hearing good things about you. I gotta admit, I'm curious. Wanna let me into your class?
There we go!
Alright, that was easy enough. Come on, we're gonna run this place.
Easy enough, huh? Well, it took me until, like, almost the last opportunity to do that, but, yep, we have, quote-unquote, saved Caspar, I guess. Oh, you're here.
You saw it too, didn't you? The boar's true nature.
Even I'm not that edgy.
He's hidden his desire for revenge pretty well. But now it's stirred up. Well, regardless, that girl's starting an all-out war, isn't she? But an enemy is an enemy, no matter who they are. Don't let compassion for her get in your way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna make a lot of enemies by saying this, but personally, I don't have compassion for her. I mean, again, like, Dimitri's crazy too, but...
Those who serve the church must cast aside all selfish desires and devote themselves fully to their beliefs. But is it right to wield piety as a weapon? I have never considered such things before.
Well, it gives you Nosferatu, I guess.
The church, I have always done what I thought best to save the people of Fodlan.
Guess we didn't even need to find out what the revelation was.
Hello. What is Edelgard even trying to achieve? She wants to destroy the church so badly that she'll take on anyone who doesn't fall in line? I don't get it. I just can't believe she'd start a war over it. Not to mention using such nasty tactics to get her way. Could Captain Gerald's death have also been a part of her plan?
I don't think it was.
Don't you go and die on me, Professor. Captain Gerald would never forgive you.
Yeah, Talez is still out there. We don't know what he's doing.
The Empire is moving quickly. Edelgard must have been preparing for this for a while now. If you really think about it, she must have been planning for this even before you got the Sword of the Creator. Of course she was always a step ahead of us. We were blinded by the ball and the Battle of the Eagle and Lion and everything else.
Yeah, well, I like to think that as a player I was a step ahead of her, but the characters in universe weren't.
A moment.
It's my job to protect Lady Rhea. I've got to do it, and I got to do it as best I can. And if that means I gotta die for her, then I will.
No, don't go doing that. You are on our side after all. I'll lose a valuable Wyvern Rider if you do.
How could Edelgard treat Lady Rhea like she's the bad guy? She's never been anything but nice to everybody. I just don't get it at all.
Also, well, yeah, obviously, the fact that Hilda would lose one of her new friends. Are you ready to recruit now?
There are always small power struggles. Still, it has been hundreds of years since all of Fodlan was consumed by war.
And this is a Fire Emblem game. We knew it was going to happen eventually.
I didn't actually think it would come to this. I feel as though I'm not in my rightful place. I cannot protect the things I should.
Is your rightful place this house beside your daughter?
Professor, if I survive this war, I wish to return to my homeland, to the land of my king.
No, no recruitment option, really?
We're falling behind. I don't know that we can keep up with the new Emperor. To think that she was able to raise an army of that size right under our noses. However hard we fight, I give us a 50% chance of winning. The enemy has too many advantages. We must make careful preparations.
We can do this. I'm sure we can do this. The question is if we can do this without totally slaughtering the sympathetic elements of the Empire. Oh, there's a quest here? From Sedith. Please tell me he's ready to join now.
Hello there.
Oh, you. I think I've got this one on the other route, actually. Who's you-know-who? I thought you'd like that. Oh, that's Dimitri. Hi, Dimitri.
I'll have that girl's head. Just you wait.
Would some nice calming tea time help you calm down?
I guess we have no choice but to fight, have we? Oh, but why would Edelgard do something like this? I'm sure we'll be alright though, Professor. The goddess will keep us safe.
Really? Because she's half of me. It's actually kind of interesting how Byleth is like one of the first avatars, I guess Robin kind of was, like to be pretty much a literal god, and yet they're not really worshipped as much as Corrin was in universe.
Can we really defeat someone who is willing to turn their back on the world just to uphold their own beliefs? I've spent my whole life running in fear, and now Surely we can win if we rely on each other, right, Professor?
This is worrying me. The Golden Deer all seem to be on my side now, but we know that can't be the case.
Professor, war is breaking out again, is it not?
You could say war was beginning.
There was a truly terrible war once upon a time. I never wanted another war. All we can do is steel ourselves for the fight ahead.
Hang on a second. It's been 995 years or something since there was last a giant war like that, or something like that, I think. Yeah, I have my suspicions about Flame.
Need something?
And not enough renown to upgrade a statue. Something definitely tells me that Flame is a lot older than she seems, but then how the heck could Seteth be her father? Unless it's by adoption or something? I don't know.
So Edelgard, the one who calls herself the Flame Emperor, was connected to those strange beings. The Imperial Army might be using even more terrifying methods than we know. You had better be cautious, Professor. Any amount of carelessness might prove to be our undoing.
See, I could try and recruit, but again, I'm curious to see what happens to some of these characters post-time skip if they're not recruited. I just had to make sure that I got Caspar because it would just be cruel to have Linhardt and not him.
The mastermind behind the attacks on the monastery was Edelgard? Wow.
Not all of them.
Doesn't make much sense though, does it? There would need to be all sorts of territories and groups tangled up in this sort of mess. I'm gonna stop. I don't really have the head for this political stuff. Mostly I'm worried about my old opera company. I wonder what's happening in the capital right now. I hope they're safe.
Well, I mean, Edelgard's not heartless enough to say, as my first decree as Emperor, I declare that opera is banned forever. Unless it's about me, and that one Dorothea wrote for me.
The Holy Tomb held many crest stones.
And we saved them all.
This is the first time I've heard of crest stones being hidden away in such a place. But more importantly, I'm interested to know the Empire's aim. Why would their army desire crest stones? There is power there, yes. And yet, I must think on this. The crest stones lie at the heart of the events surrounding Conan Tower and the chapel as well. And of course, the crest stones somehow transform those traitors and their captives into demonic beasts. Could that possibly be their aim? The Empire's army may well plan to use crest stones to create demonic beasts.
We shall see. We shall definitely see. I thought it'd be Alois in here.
To think Edelgard was somehow connected to the captain's murderer. Well, perhaps it's pointless to get upset about the past. My duty now is to prepare for battle. We're depending on your strength, Professor. Crush our enemies. Captain, I hope you're watching. We will protect Garreg Mach.
Let's just hope that Rhea doesn't die trying.
We must protect Garreg Mach. Defiling the Holy Tomb was a sacrilege. I will not allow such a thing to happen again. The Archbishop has already given you a new responsibility. I want you to rise to that honor. I have something to ask of you.
I I don't have the recruit option, though. That's annoying. Are some of the faculty only recruitable post-time skip or something?
How are you, Professor? Any new changes to report? With the Imperial Army drawing near, it is most vexing that we cannot relax and converse as we once did.
Did we ever do that? You're not even allowed to take you for tea.
Thankfully, you have the divine protection of the goddess on your side. Please try to listen carefully for her voice.
She hasn't spoken to him in ages.
Please do not say such sad things. I am certain you will hear her in time. May the goddess's voice reach you.
Yes, may that voice reach us. Part of me is really tempted to just do faculty training with Rhea just for the sake of it. Or I could get a C in Faith. Recover, nice.
Practice yields results.
So Byleth can now act as a pretty good healer.
Hi. I cannot believe our negligence allowed the Empire to invade. Edelgard probably gathered her soldiers in Garreg Mach, intending to do this from the start. Soldiers disguised as merchants and pilgrims to avoid suspicion, infiltrating the entire area little by little. They couldn't be better prepared. We'll have a tough time winning this one, I'm afraid.
Well, that's a very depressing quest. The intel is, we'll have a tough time winning, we're screwed, we're all gonna die. But hey, at least it didn't say they were targeting Flame, so I guess Sena's fine with that, right?
Well done. You have my thanks.
So you're saying we should build an army and trust no one. Oh wait, that's what Edelgard literally did. Well, I mean, she trusted Byleth, but other than that, yeah, pretty much no one. It's so hilarious how that ad, maybe they were inspired by that. Like, that commercial is finally true. Like, finally there's a Fire Emblem game it actually applies to. This one. Because one of the lords was actually one of the major antagonists the whole time. Yeah. Okay, right now there's not a ton that I can really do, I feel. I can just quickly check what level Caspar is right now. 23 Brigand. Yeah, I still probably want him to be a grappler, but oh well. Or a, you know, random Thunder Puncher. Thunder Puncher, that's what the class should be called, Thunder Puncher. And yeah, I think I might as well just go ahead and save for the time being. Nope, I don't mean to press L. And then I will, because now I actually do kind of want to tune into Critical Role because they're about to fight a dragon as of recording this. So yeah, I will continue this part in a new recording session. Wait. Seteth is already in my house? Hang on a second, when the heck did that happen? Yeah, he's here. Oh, and his age is also question mark. That's very interesting. Yeah, maybe both he and Flame are mystical ancient beings who are kind of ageless. Yeah, there's something suspicious going on with them, and I'm guessing Rhea is also question mark age? Huh. Guardian. Adjacent female allies deal 3 extra damage. That's kind of weird. It's more like Encourager. You'd think Guardian increases defense, not offense. Yeah. I'm confused, because he was just like, oh, hi, I'm now in your house. Cyril is still faster, though. But wow, Cyril has much less defense and charisma. Yeah, I have actually noticed that despite having aptitude, Cyril's overall stats are not that great, but he's still been pretty decent for me as a Wyvern Rider. Like, yeah, I'm really, really confused. How did... I don't remember recruiting him. Unless I did and I'm just being dumb. Huh. But I do know that Gilbert is not in my house yet. Well, that's painful to look at now. Yeah. Sorry, don't think she's getting invited to tea anytime soon. Okay, so I'm back. It's actually been a few days since I recorded the first half of this. But yeah, I had to actually take some time away from this game to decompress because everything was so intense. But Critical Role was pretty good, actually. So what am I doing now? I think I did pretty much everything. I have one lost item, I think. Yeah, the history of Sreng. I've completely forgotten who Sreng even are, so... Right. Oh, okay. Many members, including the head of its house, died under unexplained circumstances. The deed was attributed to the heir, Emil. As his whereabouts are unknown, leadership of the house fell to a distant relative. And I think Emil has relations to Mercedes, and Mercedes thought that Yaritza and the Death Knight are familiar. Right now, my theory is the Death Knight is Emil. That's unrelated to anything else that's going on here, but it's my current theory. Where the heck is information on Sreng? Here we go, Sreng. Okay. Well, it's probably someone in the Blue Lions, but doesn't give me a lot to go on.
Things must be pretty crazy. Oh, that's mine. Oh, thanks,
Huh,
Professor.
Sylvain,
Really saved the
huh?
day.
Okay, guess I gotta get more of his supports then. Haven't really heard any connection to Sreng there. Now, I have heard that the majority of Cs are exclusive to the pre-time skip, but I have done the majority of Cs with pretty much everyone. Huh, now might be my last chance to get Hilda and Caspar's supports, and I've heard those are good, so maybe I should just have them go to the dining hall. Something that I've also heard is that apparently a lot of people really like the Dimitri and Marianne ship, so maybe I should try and have tea with her and recruit her last minute. I currently only have one Golden Deer recruit, so I feel like I should probably at least get one more, but I don't know. Well, Caspar's not gonna like this, but at least it's support points.
Yummy.
I'm not...
Professor, can we really...
Well, I guess I can try. Oh. Okay. Huh, Hanneman and Byleth B? I was trying to get Hanneman and Linhart supported, because I'm... Oh, they only go up to a B, but at least they're fellow Crest researchers, but still, didn't expect Hanneman and Byleth to have a B already. If I save and reload, does that mean she will be able to make it, maybe? Oh no, saving and reloading makes this option totally grayed out. Oh, I should have saved before I chose this. Oh, dang it.
Oh,
Have some flowers.
Oh. Oh.
I mean, I could mission assistance, but I think now's my last chance to recruit her, so... Yeah. Or it could be different on the Blue Lions route. I mean, maybe the deer are still around in the monastery after the time skip. It's not like we've made enemies of them yet.
Oh, Professor, excuse me.
Ah, no. It might be too late. Unless I somehow get her to a B and she approaches, yeah, during the week. I mean, that could happen, maybe.
I'm sorry. I know I'm boring company.
Looks good.
No Marianne support yet. Can I sing with her, maybe? I doubt I'm actually going to get this, but yeah. And I said I wasn't going to act on other people's support suggestions regardless.
I can't sing very loud.
It is not guaranteed to be good. even if everyone sings earnestly. It is not easy after all.
Oh, she got a C with Dimitri, but not with Byleth. I don't think that's gonna be enough. But I may as well do it anyway, even though this might end up being horribly ironic if we do end up making enemies of her.
Marianne?
Oh, Dimitri.
Ah, you see, I was just looking for someone who could talk me out of my murderous insanity. Would you oblige?
Oh, I'm sorry for disturbing your prayer.
There's no need to apologize. I just finished.
I see. What were you praying for?
That you would give up on your murderous insanity?
I was simply asking the goddess for forgiveness.
Forgiveness? For what?
I put our soldiers in danger during the recent battle.
What matters is that they came back safely in the end. You shouldn't blame yourself for that.
It's true, but you were injured when you came to our aid.
I think this makes more sense if they're actually on the same, side, if, you've actually recruited her.
That? It was just a scratch. A small price to pay for your safety.
But...
I would never regret helping an ally, even if it meant losing my own life.
No, that's wrong.
How so?
It's just all wrong. You have my thanks for helping in the battle, Dimitri. But I'm afraid I have to ask that you keep your distance from me.
Is that so?
Yes.
Forgive me, but I will be there for you. Whether you want me to or not.
I'm sorry.
Okay, maybe she just doesn't want him to get hurt for her? Oh, I really, really hope that I'm able to, get her to come forward to join during this week. I mean, I did manage to get Caspar. And there is one more day, one more free day before, the thing happens. I mean, it's possible?
Professor.
Meanwhile, this is likely going to be more Byleth backstory.
How are you doing, Professor? Would you care to join me for a cup of tea?
I'm pretty sure Byleth's not doing so great right now.
It occurs to me that whenever we chat, I have a tendency to pester you with my questions and theories about your history.
Tell me about it. Byleth already has enough of that from the disembodied voice of me commentating over the game.
It seems only fair to speak on the topic of myself for once. And perhaps you might feel more positively inclined toward my research if I shared my own story.
Okay, so Hanneman backstory.
I am quite pleased to hear you're interested. Yes, quite pleased. Well, I suppose I should begin at the beginning, eh? I was born into a noble house of the Empire. Not a large house, mind you, but noble all the same. Our land holdings were small, but our bloodline was quite strong. So, as you can imagine, there were many of us in the family who carried the power of crests. I myself bear a minor crest.
The same one that Bernadetta has, if I'm remembering right.
Our family's abundance of crests may be part of the reason I've been interested in the topic since I was just a boy. I dedicated myself to my studies, and after years of effort, I became lead crest scholar at the Empire's largest research institution. I had only Imperial blood, and thus Imperial crests, at my disposal in the Empire.
Ah, okay, so you wanted a wider breadth of test subjects then.
So I came to Garrick Mach and devoted myself to my research during my time as a professor. My progress is slow, but with each revelation, I move ever closer to the answers I have sought for decades. Your cooperation as the bearer of the Crest of Flames ensures my research will continue to advance.
Well, there's actually another who has that crest, but let's just say I don't think she's going to be a willing test subject at the moment.
In fact, it may bring me ever closer to the goal of uncovering everything there is to know about crests. I do hope you shall continue helping me advance in this field of study. Together, We will solve the mystery of your crest of flames, and our world will be the better for it.
Well, I'm pretty sure I already know that it's the fire emblem of this universe.
Shall we proceed? My lab instruments are fully prepared. I have a great number of tests I'm excited to carry out. No, don't worry. They won't hurt one bit.
And so Byleth died. The end. Actually, no. Right. That was the only lost item that I found. There are probably others, but at this point, I don't really care that much. Is there anything else I can do? I mean, I could fish, but don't think so. So, yeah, I think I'll just advance the weeks.